Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Legend of Dragoon. And since last time I decided to do 5 or 6 battles off screen, and Hashel gained himself a Dragoon level, which is kind of what I was going for with that. I have a specific plan for the next boss fight to show off some of the Dragoon magic skills. So as far as additions go, not much has changed. Like I said, just a few additions been used, that's pretty much it. The one thing I did want to go over was stats. Now, I mentioned way early in the game when Rose had that really nice magic stat that, eventually she gets overtaken. And now she's level 14, and she's been overtaken. Yeah, Shauna does get the second highest magic stat in the game. The highest goes to a character we don't have yet. I actually thought we did because I did some testing earlier. Anyway, as far as Hashel's skills or his magic, we're going to go over those in the next boss fight, as well as the other things we have. I think I've already shown off Flame Shot and Astral Drain, maybe Moonlight. I think that's pretty much all I've shown off, and Rose Storm. I haven't used Wing Blaster because it sucks. Yeah, so we picked up the chest over the right there last time, and other than that, let's continue on through here. See if we can run into a battle before. Nope. Oh well. Yeah, the boss is right here. I'll spoil that right now. And get used to that laugh. You're gonna hear it quite a lot in this next few hours of gameplay. This is Mappy, or Mappy, or however the hell you want to pronounce his name. And apparently Albert and Dart are dating these two girls. I don't know what happened to Hashel. Our teddy bear seems to have gone missing. Who are these people? I think you just answered your own question. And you're not doctors, they're the Garrett or the Garrett gang. I'm assuming it's supposed to be Garrett, but again, my pronunciations are horrible. Should be a... no, I'm not saying that. Yes, these guys are the Garrett gang, though I don't know why introducing themselves after we've already seen the name of the henchmen, who are literally named Garrett Gang A and B. Yeah, that's pretty much all they get for names. They don't even get a space between gang and A. Cook these dumbheads. Where the hell are they getting this dialogue from? And the bimbos. Hey, what a nice thing to say, Albert. Unfortunately, you won't be in the battle to deliver that, but... And of course Rose has to get in on the uttering of threats because it's Rose. Smash their heads. So yes, this is the boss fight, as you can tell by the music. I'm using air quotes on that one. This is probably the lamest boss in the game. And because it's one of the lamest bosses in the game and it has multiple parts, I am going to initiate Special. And you get to see Hashel's Dragoon transformation, which is nice. He's cool, I guess, because he's got lightning. Yeah, and so with Hashel, things are a little different. He gets spells, but every single one of them are single targeting. So I'm just going to show off, his spells, and that's pretty much going to do about half of this video, because these spell animations, they take forever. Atomic Mind. Okay. You gonna do some good damage? Meh. Again, this is why I'm not a big fan of using the Dragoons in a lot of different fights. Now, I believe I've shown off Astral Drain, so I'm going to use Death Dimension so I can try and take out the side enemies as well. After we've seen each of them once, I'll fast forward through the remaining parts. No point in doing this boss fight in, you know, post or anything like that. That would be a waste of time on my part because this fight is not going to last that long. Now, what this does is it doesn't do a lot of damage, but it induces fear, if you're lucky. In this case, I don't think it did at all. Let's use Explosion. Now, I know these say that they're, you know, 50% damage. Well, that's less than regular damage, right? Well, basically what these are is it's this percentage on top of your base magic stat, which is multiplied by the base percentage that all of your stats are raised by when you turn into a Dragoon, and I'll go over that in the status menu once this fight's over. But I just kind of wanted to address that because it seems weird. You'll get texts that say they have a certain percentage of damage that's less than 100. There's only, I think, one spell in the game that claims to be higher than 100%. Explosion. It's actually not horrible. It's not great, but it's not horrible. Now, just as kind of a side note, I have had this battle freeze up on me before. It doesn't seem to be caused by using Dragoons or anything else, and I believe it's only happened one time. So I'm assuming it's just kind of a fluke. Just like I believe, even though I don't think I encountered it when I did the Let's Play, when I recorded Final Fantasy IX, supposedly this game can glitch up in that game. I think I've had it happen once, and I've played the game on this emulator 4 times, at least. So yeah, it's negligible at best. Just make sure you're always saving. Just like you would with any other game. On top of that, I think technically the emulator can glitch up with Final Fantasy VIII, and I've had that happen a total of 1 time as well, and I've tried it, I've played the game on the emulator, how many times now? 3? Fast forward through this animation, because it takes a long time, as you can see. Now, I should have enough time for Dart to use Explosion one more time, or not. Do I even get credit for killing the other 2 now? I don't think I've ever done that before. That's different. Here, look at that. I tell you that it's going to not freeze. What does it do? It freezes. Alright, I'll cut back and I'll do it. Probably just using additions this time. Maybe it's Dragoons. Maybe it screws up when you're in Dragoon at the end of the fight. I don't really know. That's different. Anyway, I'll see you in a moment. Okay, so a couple of things to note. He seems to always screw up on Dragoons now for some reason. And Moppy is, I guess, supposed to be a comedic character based on that performance. Now, if Dart takes his sword here and goes straight for the arm, this doesn't happen. I'm sure you can all tell what that is, especially considering the fact that Rose is going after him for it. How the hell did you dodge Rose? With that laugh! To boot. Like, come on, game! The other part to mention about that boss fight is if you decide to attack Moppy before you've eliminated the 2 thieves, if you're using normal attacks, and you're not in Dragoon form, he will disappear and reappear either in a few turns or once you've killed the thieves, the other 2 enemies, and he'll use instant death on one of your characters. Go figure. I actually don't think I've ever attacked him first, so I didn't know that until I accidentally did it this time, so good to know, I guess. And we gain just enough. Thank you. I gained just enough in terms of uses of Crush Dance to get Dart to Dragoon level 3. And even though he's missing his Dragoon Stone now, because, you know, Mappy's run off with it, he actually got Final Burst. Don't need to get it yet by any stretch, but that's very useful to have. Of course, you know, now we're missing the Dragoon Stone, so we can't use that. Well, yeah, pretty much. Let's move on. Oh yeah, that's right. We were heading there, weren't we? Now, the left turn there takes you to an area that we can't go past yet, so I'll just leave that until later. Let's head in here. Very simplistic design for the most part. There's not a lot of extra stuff to do here. There's Recovery Ball, just like an attack ball. It's a randomly generated healing item, though, instead of an attack item. You can head up those stairs, but it's just a dead end. There's nothing you can get up there, so... there are some enemies of note around here, and I'd like to show a few of them off. But first, let's pick up some treasure. Money! Yay! Why can't we get more money than that? Alright, let's show off a few of the fights in here. Come on. Come on. Alright, here are two of the enemies you can encounter in this area. And as you can see, Dart no longer has his, you know, Dragoon meter, and he also has no MP. Of course, I lost a lot more HP during the fight this time around. But these stingers here are particularly annoying. That's More and More, her new addition that I've been working on. And here's his double punch. There we go. Yeah, those two enemies, the stingers, they can poison you. They're quite annoying. I think this guy can use a pellet on you. Yes. This is the point in the game where we're not going to have the Dragoon Stone, obviously, until we get it back. I'm not spoiling anything that we're going to get it back. A comedic character steals something from you and runs away, you're going to get it back. But, yeah, so we're not going to have access to his spells for a while, or, you know, being able to work on getting SP for his Dragoon. So... that being the case, I'm going to try and avoid using him to do normal attacks, and instead I want to work on the other two, work on More and More and Double Punch. I want to get those up for the next area. If you don't plan on using attack items for the following boss, then I suggest having Crush Dance, More and More, and Double Punch all at level 2, which, as you can see from where I'm standing, isn't all that difficult to do. Attack items can definitely help in the upcoming boss fight, but we'll get to that when we get to it. The other thing I wanted to point out was that he doesn't have those things anymore. Oh, right, the Dragoon magic. So yeah, if you look at Rose's attack, you know, under the Dragoon there, she's got 155. So Astral Drain, I think, has a base of 25%. As does Death Dimension, so oh, those are magic, so it's 155 for magic or physical attack, so there would technically be 100 and what is that, 180% damage over, you know, kind of base magic stat. Yeah, so that's kind of what I wanted to mention. Yeah, oddly enough, even though Hashel's magic isn't that great, he gets quite a decent sized boost to his, as does Albert Strange. And, of course, Shauna goes the other way. She has more attack boost than magic boost, even though her attack sucks. Whatever. I'm going to find some more enemies, because there are some more interesting enemies around here, and I'll see you momentarily. There we go. Finally found another one. I don't know why I ran into the same battle 4 more times after that. Anyway, let's, yeah, the arrow shooter. This one can poison you as well. let's take care of this guy first. More importantly, the arrow shooter can drop a new weapon for Shauna, which is a miss. No, is another bow. I think it's called the Virulent Arrow, or the something like that anyway. And I want to kill this guy, make sure he doesn't run away. Experience is a good thing. And unfortunately, it's only about a 2% drop. I will try and pick one up to just kind of show it off, because it's actually quite useful. I think it poisons the enemy or confuses the enemy innately or something like that. But yeah, it's a rare drop. I've gone through this game multiple times without actually picking one up, which is really annoying. I didn't get one. Oh well. Okay, here we go. Finally found another one. For some reason, I'm having a real difficult time running into any more of these enemies. There's one more in here called an Earthshaker, which I won't be showing off. He can stun you. This one can also poison you, so beware of that. I'm not going to try finding the other one. It's taking way, way too long. So, anyway, this guy is not particularly challenging. He dies pretty easily, but he can poison you, so make sure you're aware of that. Unfortunately, poison is probably the most annoying part of the Barrens here, as there's 3 out of the 5 or 6 enemies in here could poison you, which with a 50% chance, by the way. So, anyway, that's all for enemies in there. Let's move on here. There is one more thing I did want to show off. I've played this game way too many times. If you encounter the screen like this and press the square button, I didn't know you had this. I don't know where in the game they explain that they have this, but if you press the square button and hold it, because if you just tap it, it doesn't do anything. But yeah, it shows you exactly what facilities are available in that town. I never knew that before. I just happened to be pressing buttons and, oh, look, that's a thing, I guess. Yeah, I don't remember if or, if they do, or when, if they actually do it. They do actually tell you about that. And this is the Flower City. And now, so I don't screw up pronouncing the name of the city, I will hereby call this the Flower City. Anyway. Yeah, it kind of happens when you're traveling all the time. No real showers, I guess, around. Washing machines, all the like. Anyway. So yeah, there's, why are you staring at her, Dart? Huh? Oh, I guess, yeah. I'm paying attention. I don't know why maybe I just got annoyed at trying to find enemies and running into the same group 4 or 5 times, but I don't know. My brain's not working anymore. And yeah, I called Haschel the teddy bear earlier, and he pretty much is exactly that. He's, kind of a lovable father figure kind of character at times, and other times he's a lot more like, just like a goofy old character that you see in a lot of games. So it's an interesting kind of sight to see 2 different styles of character merged together in what is Haschel. And apparently the bandits have invaded here as well. Sacred Sisters of Sasau, whatever. I give up. All these pronunciation things. Just like me trying to pronounce any of the enemies in Final Fantasy VII. I didn't study German. I don't know how to pronounce these things. I know these aren't German, but pretty much all of the enemies in Final Fantasy VII had names that sounded like they were. Selling her how? I don't think I want to know. That doesn't really work. It's not like you're robbing her, you're trying to kidnap her. That in itself is harm. Lloyd? What the? Lloyd, you're supposed to be the bad guy. Ah. So, what exactly is going on here? Obliterated. Holy crap. I think he was taking it easy on Dart in the tournament and he destroyed him. I don't think I want to fight him anymore. I'm sorry about that. Random interruptions. This one's not a too bad a spot. Lucky I was able to pause it, though the game doesn't actually have a pause feature. If you're playing on emulator, all you have to do is unclick from the window and you can pause it. As long as the right options are checked in the setup function, whatever. Anyway, why did you help her anyway? So what exactly is a Sacred Sister of a place that I have very hard times pronouncing? That was kind of random and very strange. Wonder if they'll ever explain that. Anyway, that's all the time I have for this episode of Let's Play Legend of Dragoon. Next time we'll explore the rest of this city and I guess learn more about the bandits who are standing exactly to my left. Anyway, that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.